All right, welcome everybody. Today we are going to look at the S&P 500 weekly chart, the daily chart, and we'll look at the trade of the day. Before we get started, this is a trade I made. I've been trading this product lately and sharing it with my members just so they can get some confidence. You can see here I made $506.25 making this trade. Okay, now why am I showing this trade? Am I just showing off and hey, look at me, I can trade? No, the point I'm trying to make here is that if you like what you're going to see in this video as I go through the charts, this was born out of my membership, my service, right? That's what I do. I trade the same exact techniques that I include to my members in the service, right? There's a Get Us Plus indicator, which you don't see any indications on this this chart right now because I was trading the hourly chart in this case. But just keep that in mind as you go through the video that you see me here making $506 for the day. So can it be done? Yes, it can be done. Do I use my own service, my own membership? Of course I do. That's how the membership got born. It got born out of me using my own indicators like the Get Us Plus indicator, some other indicators that are specific only to members that I don't really show on this chart right here. Okay, and cycle analysis, because you see some of these arcs in here. This is cycle analysis, all right? All that and more is what I use to make my trade. So if you like what you see in this video as we go along, consider the membership I'll show you at the end of the video, okay? All right, let's get started. All right, so this is the weekly chart on the S&P 500 futures. All right, and what do we have going on this week? Well, you can see you got a pretty decent sized candlestick going on. And we'll talk about the daily here in a moment, but a range of 112.5. So a pretty decent candlestick, right? Got right up here, got a little bit above this resistance for the week so far. That's a little wick, got above the 45.09. So this is pretty bullish, right? I mean, you can see this has been going on for quite a while. Kind of track sideways here for maybe a couple weeks and then it's going up again. All right, keep in mind this is the week of July 10th and there's a cycle low for July 16th, but that only leaves 1 week for this to pull back. So the next week would be right here. Is it going to pull back really hard? It's possible. It's possible, but usually when we get really late into a cycle like this, which we're, this is the cycle right here, right? So we're way over, this is the halfway point of the cycle right here. So we're way over here, or I should even draw it down and clean up the screen. This is the middle of a big cycle, and this would be the right side all the way to here. So we're right up against this edge, all right? So usually when you get this deep and this far into a cycle, I should say, you don't really see a big pullback happen. But it could run a little late. There's also one for week of August 13th, so keep that in mind. So we'll see what happens next week and the week after. Is there any kind of pullback next week at all? Was that it right there? Does this thing continue to go up? I said to my members last night, based on some data that came in that I keep track of, I said, get ready for a big move in the market. There's a lot of things going on right now worldwide that, just without getting too specific, that I said there's a really good chance that we're going to see some big events, natural events, right, in nature as well as in the marketplace. And let's take a look at the daily. All right, so here you see we're on the daily chart. Today got up to 45.23. Pretty big move, considering recent times. The range here was almost 54, which, is not a huge candlestick, but it is compared to most of the days we've been having. Like a lot of these days, 30s, they're just like 30s and 35s, maybe a 40 in there. Really small candlesticks, right? So you get a candlestick like this, like today that was above 50, everybody takes notice. Whoa, big day. It's not really a big day. It's more like a medium-sized day. But for recent times, that's considered a big candlestick, right? So we got above the 45.09. Now you saw in the weekly chart, there's one up here at 46.23. Just keep in mind, we'll just see, this has bumped into this resistance. Look at this, once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times it's come up against this resistance here. So, it feels like it wants to try to break through, but it kind of has right here. But then pulled back. Now, July 18th here on the daily, is a cycle low that kind of matches up with what we saw on the weekly chart for the week of July 16th. So we'll see what happens. Does this thing begin to curl over here? Do we see any kind of decline coming down into here? Right now this still looks very bullish. Still looks bullish, but it doesn't mean it can't pull back. So I'm keeping a really close eye on the market right here. Right now, this all looks pretty strong to me. The fact that it got above 4509, yeah, I could see it getting up into here. Yeah. But just like before, when it got up here, we're going to see which way does this thing break. Here we go again. Which way is it going to break? Well, we'll stay tuned because we're going to find out soon enough. Is this July 18th cycle low going to have any influence on the market and pull back? I told my members, I said, get ready for some big movements in the market. So I still think there's more to come in here. They're going to be probably some pretty big moves. All right, let's look at the trade of the day. All right, for the trade of the day, this is the 5-minute chart, which, by the way, this chart, the 5-minute, the 15-minute, and the 1 hour, all get streamed live to my members 5 days a week, 24 hours a day. Okay, so just keep that in mind if you're interested at the end of the video for the membership. Okay, I was up really late, pulled an all-nighter, doing some trading. So I was up, during right around over here in this time, doing an overnight session and another product. But take a look at this GETUS indicator that came in at about, what was this, a little after 11 o'clock? Look at that, 11:05. My goodness. I mean, the timing couldn't be any better. Now, this was actually, this doesn't always happen like this, but in this case, this was excellent. This is like one of the easy setups, okay? And the reason I say is because the GETUS Plus indicator says, hey, it thinks there's a trade coming up. Okay, you can see the Stochastic Momentum Index, which I just refactored a little bit and called to SMI because I have some divergence logic in here in addition to this indicator, so I called it to SMI. Okay, but you can see it was bottomed right here, right? It was already sitting down here bottom. This is really what you want, or it could be very peaky. You want either one of those scenarios when you see a GETUS Plus indicator come up. It doesn't always happen that way, but in this case it did. So that's really great. It's very convenient because all it takes is a little curl up and you pretty much can get into the trade. So, even though it came in right here, I would have waited a candlestick or two, probably got in somewhere right here. And look at that, guys. I mean, you're trading that for about 8 or 9 points right there. Okay, and this happens a lot, especially intraday. You see how the market kind of rested right here? It just took a little break, lunchtime. This is Central Time here in Texas, but see how it just took a little break, just pulled back a little bit? That's great. If it pulls back and starts to curl up again like it did right there, you got the MACD, though, is in negative territory. You got to be a little careful like that, but it was climbing. But in any case, when you see the SMI come down, but it doesn't come all the way down and touch the bottom line, it just comes down and like barely below the top line and curls back up. Oh yeah, that's a re-entry point. You re-enter, take it back up. Again, probably another 5, 6, 7 points right in here. Right, so you're looking at 12 points total, of trading right in this area. That's a lot of money if you're trading the futures. Okay, it's a lot of money if you're trading the SPY, doing options or SPX options. It's also a lot of money if you do it right and know which strike prices that you trade. I trade mostly futures, but a lot of my members trade options. Okay, now obviously this was a huge event today. And I told my members last night in email, said, get ready for a big move in the market. All right, well, sure enough, you got this big move in the market. Now, I didn't say up or down, right? I didn't tell them exactly which direction. I just told them get ready for a big move in the market. Okay, it's up to the trader to go look at the charts and say, okay, which way is this thing going to move? Right, of course, there's other things in streaming charts that can help them make decisions. Okay, plus I put out a nightly email for them. All right, so anyway, they were informed that I believe there was going to be a big move in the market, and it happened. My goodness, man, did it happen. Nice. So this, even if you didn't catch all this, which, maybe it was hard to catch all that for a lot of people, you still caught, at least 12 points up in this area right here and made some really nice money, yeah? So that's the trade of the day right there. All right, so this is the Discord server. It's called GETUS Server, and the link is in the description. It's in the comment section, actually, as well. It'll be the top comment in the YouTube video. It'll be pinned to the top. If you click on that, it's going to bring you over to the server, okay? Obviously, there's server subscriptions, and I'll get to that in a minute. But I wanted to talk to you real quick about this S&P 500 alerts. Remember I talked about the streaming charts? And we just looked at one. We looked at the 5-minute chart for the trade of the day. Well, guess what? That alert, that Get Us Plus alert that comes in on the streaming charts of members also gets sent here to the Discord server. And there it is, 11:05, 5-minute chart. Even says 5-minute alert. Pretty awesome, right? So what are they doing? They're coming here, they're right-clicking on the label for S&P 500 alerts. They're clicking notifications. They're probably clicking all messages, right? And they're getting their messages. They get alerted. They'll say they're working during the day. They got their mobile app with they got their mobile device with the Discord app loaded on their mobile device. They might have it on vibrate, whatever, okay, if they're working a day job. And they get alerted. If they're home on a desktop, a laptop, whatever, they get alerted. Same thing applies. I trade gold. Some of my members trade commodities like I do. Gold alerts, crude oil alerts. Stock alerts is top 30 stocks for the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. Yeah, there's a lot of symbols rolling through there throughout the day. But guess what? That's trading. Okay, pick your best stocks in there. Probably a lot of my members are trading options on the really big optionable stocks. So that's there for you to take advantage of. Okay, daily only alerts. Some days we get alerts in here, some days we don't. But this will be for more like swing traders. So if you're into swing trading and you don't want to do intraday stuff, you can take a look at this channel from time to time, and we get some alerts in there some days. Okay, premium symbols. We'll talk about that in a second. All right, so like I said, if you like what you're seeing, you click on the link in the top comment for the YouTube video. It's going to bring you to this server. You click on server subscriptions. You're going to get this page right here. Okay, look at this, guys. $7.99. Now, you just saw at the beginning of this video, I made over $500. And it's true, my account's big enough to where I can make some pretty good money on small movements in the market. So, but even if your account size, let's say, was a tenth of mine, then maybe you made $50 today instead of $500. Maybe some days you lose a little bit, maybe break even, whatever. But the point I'm really trying to make is you can see how, one good trade is going to pay for months worth of membership. I got members that told me that they made one trade and it paid for over a year's worth of membership. Okay. Now, it depends on your maturity, how patient you are, how much time are you willing to learn to become a good trader. A lot of traders, I say, make big mistakes, do this all-in kind of stuff, which is really just crazy. That's not trading, that's gambling. But anyway, I want to encourage you, $7.99 is an extremely good value. I see a lot of memberships out there charging hundreds of dollars, and to be honest with you, their service is not very good. Okay, take advantage of the $7.99. It's a really, really good value. All right, this is everything that comes with the membership. Everything you see here, and all the membership services reside on the Discord server. Now, I already talked about most of this, but you can always just pause this video if you want to. This is everything that's on the Discord server that the members get. Okay, in addition to that, obviously, I talked about the streaming charts that the members get. 5-minute, 15-minute, and 1 hour. Okay, the alerts for the S&P 500, 15-minute, 1 hour is daily here as well. Top 30 stocks, talked about that for the S&P 500. Again, 5-minute, 15-minute, 1 hour, and the daily goes on there as well. Okay, the premium symbols, the same Get Us Plus logic I use on the streaming charts is also used at the end of each day and goes out and gets the symbols for the futures, stocks that are optionable, industries as well. So this also includes sectors and subsectors, because we know funds rotate their money, right? Some traders, some of my members like to follow what the big funds are doing. Well, if they see the sectors and subsectors come up, these are all just files that sit in the premium symbols channel on the Discord server, okay? And then shorts, if there's logic I have that checks for symbols that look like they may be, and looking like they're getting set up for a short, then there'll be a file in there for shorts. If there's not a file for that day, it just simply means the logic didn't see anything to pick up for those particular categories. Don't worry about it, right? I encourage members to take a look at these files. I trade a lot of futures, but if you're going to do optional stocks, whatever, take a look at it, because I've made some really good money on trading some of the future symbols. So I know everybody's busy in life, but take a look at the files, because you're going to be surprised. There's some good trades in there. Okay, we've had actually quite a few new members. That's great. Welcome aboard, new members. I just want to mention to all the members, if you want the nightly email, put your email address in the emails only channel. Okay, and then I'll pick it up, and every night you get an email, includes the S&P 500 chart in the email, attached to the email, and I usually give a couple sentences or maybe a paragraph of my opinion about what I think the market's going to do, okay? And of course, the YouTube videos are for everybody, both for the public and for the members. All right, guys and gals, hope everybody had a great trading day. Happy trading, everybody. God bless everybody. We'll talk to you all real soon again next time.